Good morning, everyone. Let's try to get this camera in a good position. Day 57. Last 3 days I've done, let's see, a 15-mile day, or 15.5-mile day, I can't remember. 15 something. 12.5-mile day, and then yesterday a 16-mile day. Yesterday was kind of a weird day. I mean, it started out, y'all saw the video yesterday. Started out really slow because I had a lot of boulders to climb over and through and around and rocks but by lunchtime, when I hit the trail magic, the trail opened up quite a bit and I was able to knock off the other 8 miles pretty quickly. So I've got about, I guess, close to 20 miles to get to Marion, Virginia, my next resupply. This will certainly be the longest amount of time I've spent out here on the trail, basically by myself. Let's see what we got here. Okay. The signs, the blazes in Virginia are pretty bad. Yesterday, I've never seen so many people get turned around. I got turned around myself one time because of poor signs or blazes on the trail. And in my case, it was a blaze. Couldn't see it, so you had to take a guess. And far out will show you're going in the wrong direction, but only after you go in that wrong direction for a certain period of time. In my case yesterday, it was only about 1/10 of a mile, so it wasn't bad. But other people got turned around and walked for 7/10, one person 5/10. Yeah. I don't know who they've got doing this stuff out here, but somebody's in serious need of training. The trails in Virginia are in pretty good shape, other than the rocks, but there's nothing anybody can do about the rocks. It is what it is. But I don't know, does the ATC go out and test people and hire the dumbest people possible to do? I don't know. I don't understand. It seems pretty basic to me, but what do I know? I'm just a hiker. But anyway, so today, well, like I said, I've got about 20 miles to get to Marion. I'm not going to do 20 miles. I'm just not going to do it. I could force myself, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to. My plan when I started out from Damascus was to take 5 days, 4.5 days to get to Marion, and that's what I'm going to do. So I made good time the first 3 days, so today I'm just going to do 9.1 miles. I'm going to take it easy, let my body rest a little bit. Hopefully the trail's like this for the most part, because it's pretty good right now. You know, when I left camp this morning, it was a little rocky for the first half mile, but now it's nice now. I could easily knock out 3 miles an hour on this train, but I'm not going to. We'll take my time. If I can get there by noon or 1 o'clock, that'd be perfect. Give me plenty of time to make plans for after Marion. But anyways, so tomorrow, yeah, I mentioned rocks, and boom, what's it do? It throws them out in front of me. All right, we got this. Give me just a second. It's just a... Now you can see how much I've got to slow down when I hit those rocks. It just, yeah, you gotta focus. If you don't, you're gonna turn an ankle, you're gonna twist a knee, you're gonna fall down, you're gonna get hurt. Don't want to do that. All right, so if I do 9.1 miles today to get to the next shelter, and hopefully they have better tent sites than the last shelter. That was not fun, sleeping downhill. Again, it is what it is. according to Far Out, there are a number of good tent sites there. So we'll see. But what that leaves me is tomorrow, an 11-mile day, 10, 11-mile day into the closest point to Marion, Virginia. And from there, I'll take a shuttle into a hostel where I plan on spending 2 nights. Not going to take a zero. The first night there, I'll get my resupply done and laundry and get cleaned up. And I did splurge a little bit and get a private room at the hostel. I deserve it. I deserve it. It costs twice as much as just a bunk, but you know, I don't mind staying in a bunk room, but it's too much like staying in a shelter, where you've got to deal with everybody's noise, and whether it's the snoring or the burping or the farting or whatever the case may be. Just use your imagination. It gets loud in those places, and so anyways, well, it's kind of too bad though, because the shelter that I'm going to on tomorrow, that I'm not going to stay at, I'm just going to go there to get shuttled into the hostel, is supposedly the biggest and one of the best on the trail. And it's so cool that they will even deliver pizza to the shelter. How cool is that? So honestly, it's another reason I want to stay in a hostel. Everybody and his brother is going to be staying at that shelter, just to experience it. Ordering a pizza. Yeah, I don't need to do that. So anyways, so my first night in the hostel, I'm going to just take care of my resupply and my cleaning up and all that stuff. And then the next day, I'm going to be doing another slack pack. All right, hitting roots. These are really bad roots. If it was wet, I'd be in big trouble right now. All right, hang on. Yeah, again, you can see how slow I have to go over this stuff. It really slows you down. You got to pick your way through, and anyways. So my second day at the hostel, I'm going to slack pack. Don't know for how far yet. I've got to call today and find out what the options are. But I'm hoping to do, another 15 to 20 mile slack pack. That would make up for the 2 short days that I'm kind of doing. Short days, a 9 and a 10 mile day are short days now. It's pretty wild. But so I'll do a slack pack. Just again, it helps my body rest. I'm not carrying a 30-pound pack, 35-pound pack. Instead, under a 10-pound. And it makes a huge difference. I can't even begin to tell you what kind of difference that makes. You can just roll. So after that, I can't remember the next town. I think it's Bastion, Virginia. And it's 76 miles away from Marion, but by doing a slack pack, I can cut that down to, 56 miles, something in that range. And I can easily do that in 4 days, maybe even 3. I'll take a closer look at it. But I'm trying to get to a point where I can schedule or look ahead and just kind of estimate when I'm going to get to places like McAfee Knob, where I'm hoping to meet some friends from Pittsburgh. God, I'm looking forward to that. These ladies are incredible people. I enjoyed meeting them last year, whitewater rafting. 2 of them twice, whitewater rafting. Yeah, so looking forward to that. But even closer, we've got trail days coming up on the 19th and the 20th of this month. So I got to put myself in a position where I can either be shuttled back to Damascus or find another way into Damascus for those 2 days. So that's going to be a fun time. A lot of people are not going back. I don't know. I don't know. everybody I followed the last year or so, they all went back for trail days. They all had a good time. It's a good time to just decompress. You know, it's believe it or not, it's kind of stressful out here, trying to knock off these miles and looking at your long-term goals, when you're going to get to Katahdin. Are you going to get there in time before the snow shuts it down? So there's a lot of things to consider. But anyways, all right, I don't want to make this a long video. It's a short day, so you know my plans. Go 9.1 miles today, 10, 11 miles tomorrow. Get into Marion Hostel and go from there. So I do apologize that I'm not able to put up videos every single night. I wish I could, but out here there's just no service, or not good enough service to upload a video, and so I don't do it. I'll have to wait until I get to Marion tomorrow in the hostel, and I'll download them all in, and then you'll have 5 or 6 days worth. So, all right, I'm gonna put this away. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Oh, a mile, maybe 2 into the trail this morning, and been running into a lot of these. And I love them. It's pretty awesome. Little stream coming down the mountainside. But I got to get across. So I'm gonna put my phone away because, oh, you know what? No guts, no glory. Let's see if I can't make it across with the phone in my hand. Oh, shit, piece of cake. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. You never know with these rocks on a stream. They could be solid. They could be wobbling all over the place, and you hit a wobbler, you're going down. All right, going uphill. Love the sun coming through the trees. Gotta let that go for a little bit anyways, right? You know, I remember back in the beginning, uphills like this, I would look up and just, oh no, another uphill. Now, I look up these hills like this, and I don't even need my trekking poles on this one. Just cruise right up. No big deal. All right, put this phone away. Keep moving. Man, it's beautiful out here. The birds are singing. The sun's shining. You can hear the stream below you. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Love it. All right, so I'm about 3 miles in this morning. And yeah, love it when people leave their trash. Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. Loving it, loving it, loving it. This is beautiful. The sight, the sound. Looks like a good place to refill my water bottle. Yeah. All right. And I'll clean up some asshole's trash. All right. Be back in a minute. All right. So I've come 9 miles today. A little bit after noon. Normally I would stop by now but have lunch, but I'm only 4/10 of a mile from where I'm going to be staying the night, so I'll just wait till I get there and have my lunch there. Back a little ways back, I came off the trail at a trailhead parking lot, and there was a couple from northern Illinois. They're doing trail magic. I hate that I forgot their names already, but I've got a picture that I'll show you after this video clip. And maybe their names are on their sign. They represent a organization out of Illinois. And they were just delightful people. Had myself a soda, a couple snacks, chatted for, I don't know, a good 30, 40 minutes, and had a good time. So, you know, one of these days I'm going to get better at remembering the names of the people who are so generous with their time and their money and their food and their stuff, and get their names correct. So my apologies to those folks for not getting their names. Anyways, shoot, I do well enough to remember trail names out here. So, but anyways, it was a it was a delightful surprise. I enjoyed it very much. And yeah, you know, just good people who take the time out of their day. They're out traveling the country and they want to take a day or two to come provide some eating and drinking comfort to people out here doing these hikes. So my hat is off to you folks. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you did, up to and including taking the trash off my pack. It's a big thing. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Hopefully you're watching my videos and you can remind me of what your names were. So I apologize for that. But you tell me what your names were and I'll put you out there a second time. But anyways, got maybe 3/4 of a mile to get to the shelter I'm going to stay at tonight. And it's trying to rain on me. I've already had to dig out my rain gear. Hasn't rained hard, but it's threatening. I can hear the thunder in the background. The wind's picking up. I'm getting that sprinkle here and there. So it's coming. Hopefully it waits and holds off until I get to the shelter and at least get my tent put up. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those nights that I wouldn't mind staying in a shelter, but I just don't want to do it, man. I just don't want to do it. So I don't mind sleeping in my tent on rainy nights, rainy days. It's pretty waterproof, so I don't mind it at all. But anyways, trail's been weird today. Up and down, rocks and roots, here and there. Very few really good sections of the trail. Just have to pick my way through this stuff. And the good thing is it's a short day, so I'm going to get to camp without my feet screaming at me tonight. That'll be a good thing. I can kick back and first things first, got to get my tent put up, get everything squared away inside it, then I can have my lunch and just hang out. Haven't been able to do that on the trail. I've always been hiking right up to the end of the day, to the point where I get there, got to put my tent up, eat my supper, and crawl in bed and go to sleep. Well, today I'll have a little bit of spare time. I've still got to make a couple phone calls to coordinate doing my slack pack on Tuesday, which is a couple, 3 days away. And yeah, so all right, let me put this down and I'll try to get some pictures when I get to camp. Talk to you in a bit. All right, so I'm at the shelter that I'm going to spend the night at, and I'm going to go against what I have been saying the last few days. I'm going to stay in the shelter. when I get back to the shelter, I'll show you why. There is a very specific reason why I'm going to. But right now I'm going to the Privy. Listen, Virginia, you don't know how to mark trails very well, but you do know how to put together a shelter and a Privy. The last two that I've stayed at have been excellent, the best on the trail. And this one appears to be even better than those. And I'm not going to show you too much in here, but I love this. I mean, they have a barrel here with wood shavings, which helps break down the waste. And you know, I don't know how you could ever keep a toilet like this clean. It's just not possible out here. And you know, it is what it is. But all things, this is a pretty good setup. It's a pretty good setup. So, all right, I'll turn this off, and then I'll head back up to the shelter and show you what's going on up there. Hold on. All right, so I'm heading back from the Privy. They've got fire ring set up down here. Look at all this flat spot. I've never seen a shelter with this much flat spots. It's pretty amazing. If I was to put up a tent, I would have a good spot here. This is the shelter. It's actually a very beautiful shelter. Somebody put some time and effort into this thing, building it. Pretty impressed. Picnic table out front. See, here's the cool thing. It's got a fireplace inside it. It's like a small cabin. So fireplace over here, you can probably put, I don't know, 2 or 3, 4 people. Over here, 3 or 4 people. And you got the top bunk. I think that's I think this is where I'm going to stay tonight. On second thought, not exactly sure how I'm going to get up there. Maybe I'll take this bottom section. I don't know. Figure it out. Worst case, I go out to a flat spot and put up my tent. Either way, it's all good. And it would be actually, it would be pretty awesome if nobody else showed up and I had this place all to myself. How cool would that be? Yeah, pretty cool. The youngsters that I've been leapfrogging for the last 3 or 4 or 5 days, they came down here, had lunch. They just headed out. We had a good conversation. I mean, these kids are just awesome. They're just good kids. But anyways, they headed out. They're going to do another 10 miles today and get to a shelter that has pizza delivered. So I will get to that point tomorrow when I head into to my hostel. But anyways, listen, that's about it for the day. Short day, good day. So I'm going to call it a night, get set up and have my dinner and call it an early night. So we'll talk to y'all tomorrow.